We come, we are
Are we
live,
live?
and it's Monday.
It is.
It's the first Monday in a number of weeks.
This is what a Monday feels like.
Oh, yes, we're back.
Hey,
That's
good morning,
5 days.
everybody.
Good morning. And we are talking about, there's a lot of this going on at the moment, how to filter your negativity. There's a lot of negativity going on. Well, it always is, but it seems to be quite prevalent at the moment, right? And
Yes.
we talk about that today.
Well, it's kind of the history of humanity is negativity,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So certainly far and away the bulk. We like to wallow in our own
that's a good
self-pity and all the woe is me that goes along with everything else. And unfortunately for the bulk of people, they do not spend any time thinking about how wonderful things are and how much better it is today than it was yesterday, or certainly 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, and 1,000 years ago. How much, what a better life that we have now, and how lucky we are.
Yeah.
In all aspects, whether that be, as you mentioned, the quality, like our day-to-day, how we spend, what we get to eat and drink.
Yes.
Our healthcare, just simply how long.
Yes.
It's probably only maybe 150 years ago, the life expectancy of a male was probably not much older than I am right now. And where is that life expectancy?
And women way less due to issues with birth and all
Right.
all those things that life brings is
Yes,
giving birth
you're
to,
right.
to children.
So the health advances that are
Yeah.
happening at lightning pace, particularly in the last decade, and every week and month now. But we don't look at that.
No, and the lovely
We're
thing
looking
was
at the petrol price and that.
I know. Look, I would like to think, and I know I certainly did some reflection yesterday. In Australia here, it was Mother's Day, and it gave me the opportunity to reflect on, the legacy that I've inherited and the impact of past women in my life, and it really made me feel so incredibly grateful for what we have today. And so, that's really something that you need to put into that practice, right? But there's a lot of things that influence us and impact us from a negative perspective. I know you made a few notes, and I can think of a bunch of things in my mind. And one of the things, I don't have it near me, but these little oblong things that we have in the palm of our hands that we spend in an inordinate amount of time, rightly or wrongly, and it influences so many people from a negative perspective. Like, there's a lot of great things that are on these mobile devices of ours, and that's a wondrous thing to be grateful for, that we can connect with family from around the world and friends and family. That's a really positive thing. There's a lot of things that people choose to connect with and allow themselves to be influenced by what's on that screen. One area, right?
Well, it's a source of information. It's a source of data, but you get to decide, where you go. Where you go within that source as to what the kind of information that you're getting out of it. Just the same as if you flip on a TV, you get to decide which channel and which program you're going to watch, and you need to be really mindful of that. So let's run through all of the different sources of negativity that can be bombarding us from day to day, because I think it's really important to identify these sources, because most of us think that we don't have any say in this, or we're not even recognizing that perhaps they're negative.
Yeah, because the big thing I wanted to preface this is we all have a choice. Yeah,
absolutely.
Everybody has a choice from the minute they wake up in the morning and the minute they put their head on the pillow and go to sleep. We all have a choice of what we're going to do. And how we interact. So let's dive into those things. What's on? So
I mean, right at the core, this is the really painful one. Is it could be from your partner or your spouse. Absolutely, they can be a source of negativity. I'm not saying they necessarily are, but they can be, and they often can be the case. Also, friends, family, work colleagues. If you're in the workplace, it could be your customers. How think about customers coming into the workplace. What is it that they're talking to you about? What are they coming in with a grumble or this or talking about how rubbish the weather is or this or that or whatever else? People go straight, like it's a default position. They go straight to the negative.
Yes.
You know, and then, you know, we've got, you know, what are you doing? Are you turning on the telly? What, you know, what is it that you're watching? Or the radio station, social media, as you mentioned with the phones.
Yeah.
You know, what is it that you're using your phone for? Are you using it for productive activity? You know, maybe
we're
reading
on social media now, but
you know, what kind of a book are you reading?
Yeah.
Is it a book that's making you feel super grateful? Or is it a book that's grinding you down into telling you how we're all going off the precipice?
Yes, and it's podcasts and it's YouTube and it's all the Googling that we do. Like, how often do you get caught in, are you getting caught in that rabbit hole of Googling for things, and you just end up with that rabbit hole? Now, all those people that use, or influencers, you know, using the word loosely, all those people, you've got to really create this filter within you, right? Because what's their credibility? You know, you mentioned partner, spouse, etc. Maybe they just don't understand.
Yeah.
So have you shared why you do what you do in this business, why you're passionate about it, why time needs to, you know, you need some time to get the momentum going in this business. It may be that it comes across as negative, but maybe they don't understand and they're not clear about what you're doing. So be mindful of that.
I think just an awareness is the best way to develop your filter around it. Just an awareness of, okay, what am I listening to right now? And, you know, what impact is it having on me? And what impact will it continue to have on me on a subconscious level? And then, you know, I guess removing yourself from that situation. But most importantly, when there's the opportunity comes up to either get into that situation again, or you've got a choice to say, you know what, you know, I'm not either entering in that conversation, I'm not going to that location where I might be exposed to that. You know, I know I spent a lot of my life, you know, it's constantly actually, do I really want to go there?
Checking.
And you know, the more that you do that, the more that you can get into that decision-making mode and understand that you really do have a choice whether you expose yourself to that kind of crap or not. The better and better you just get at it.
Yeah, and I know one thing that I've got a sticky note on my computer at home, and it's a question that I ask myself that works really well is, what's the consequence if I go down that pathway? And it just checks me, because even today, sometimes I can fall into the trap of going down that rabbit hole and then going, whoa, hang on, it's this awareness thing, right? Sometimes you just mindlessly go down this rabbit hole and you go, whoa, hang on, this doesn't serve me. But it could be, I'm going to go there, but I want to actually see where the positive, what are the opportunities? Like, I know we've spoken at length about, you know, the election. There's a lot of commentary around it, about the Olympic Games that are coming here, and some people might be thinking that's a really negative place, but actually there's a lot of opportunity. You know, what's the opportunity in that? It's always there.
It's always around us.
So maybe it's a good rabbit hole if you flip the way you look at it.
Yeah, you've constantly got to be always looking at what the opportunity is in any situation, walking down any street, walking into any building, you know, any day you wake up. Just the fact that you've woken up gives you, you know, it's a great gift,
grateful,
and a wonderful opportunity to go and do something each and every day. Now, to stay in that state of mind through the rest of the day, you need to get that filter going, and you know, just be really, really aware of, once that negativity starts coming in, stop,
snip it,
exit out,
snip it in the butt,
and move on. Because you need to stay in that state of mind where you've got positivity, but also opportunity. Because I think those two things are very closely aligned.
Exactly.
It's really hard to see the opportunity in something if you're not positive about you know, the fact that you have got a chance in life. Like, that's the way every single day is another chance. And what do I want to do with that? Do I want to waste that time? You know, I've got 24 hours today. This is my chance.
Make the most of it. Yeah. I think it would be really good for us to share what do we do, what are best practices that we could recommend once you build that awareness, and that's a bit like a muscle. You've got to give it practice, and so don't be hard on yourself. Just be aware that it's there, and be kind to yourself and tap back out of it. But what are the things that we do that we could share to keep ourselves in that positive mindset? I know one thing that you do every day, and I do as well, is we use these babies, which are our planners.
Yep, Navigate
These
Biz
are
Planner.
amazing planners. But what it gives us the opportunity to do is obviously what we're going to do for the day. But the most important one for me is up here, is my big goals written as though they've already happened. So that actually fires me up and gives me goosebumps, and I get excited in the tummy. But do that every day, and that puts you in that positive mindset, right? That
It's one of the
growth mindset.
first things that, hey, other than wake up and that's not always easy on a wintry, rainy morning.
Yes.
But wake up and be excited about, okay, right, I've got the chance.
Yeah.
I've got the chance to go and improve my fitness, improve my physical condition, which is the first thing I do. Then straight down after that, straight into the diary. Write down all the things that I'm wanting to achieve and making sure they're big enough, as you say, to really excite you for the day ahead, and really understand that even some of the crappy things that you may have to do through the day connect into those big goals.
It all leads to those big goals, right?
Yeah.
And what we know, which is why we have the Navigate Biz community and business, is surround yourself with the right people. Like, we've all got family members and friends and all those sort of people who don't necessarily get why we're in business, and they can come across as a negative. So the filter kicks in for that. But surround yourself with people who are credible, can support you, can challenge you, can hold you accountable, and connect with them. Like, I know you and I, we don't see each other every day, but we often will speak each day and it's a nice little check-in, because, it's been a busy day.
You got to find those people around you that can bring you, bring your energy level up, is what it is. It's about energy, and we talk about in Navigate Biz, we talk about creating momentum, and certainly, to be able to create momentum, you need energy.
You do.
And sometimes, particularly in business, that gets tested. We've got a bunch of things that can happen. When we talk about negativity, that can come in the shape of all sorts of. It can come from financial pressure. Come from customer complaints, come from all of those things. Even as a parent, I know, we can come from just being, dealing with, some parenting crap that you have.
Yes.
But, you can flip that round. If you consciously make a decision, hey, this is a learning opportunity. This tough financial time, or this tough issue with a kid, or this tough issue with a customer, these are opportunities to get better at dealing with people, better at improving processes. How can I change the way that I interact with people to get a different result? How can I change the way that I'm managing this financial situation to get a better result next time? What can I learn out of this financial shortfall that will help me get more creative about being able to source more funding, increase income, change profitability models, all of those things. These are all, every down part is an opportunity to learn and improve, and you should be grateful for that.
Exactly. And what I'm hearing loud and clear about all what you just said there is about the opportunity to take control of your business. And control is the most important thing. When when you feel you have no control, that's when that negative stuff comes in, and the little person on whichever shoulder it is in your ear and all that sort of stuff. And you're absorbing what people are telling you from a negative perspective. Flip that stuff. Absolutely flip that stuff. Know that when you take control and you're diving into the figures, and then maybe they don't look as great as you'd love them to be today, but they're yours. They're yours.
You own them.
And you can plan out what the future looks like with your forecasting and talking to customers and diversity of product, getting better deals with suppliers. These are all things that you should be going, wow, this is exciting. I can do this.
Now, often there's a word gets said as, you're a control freak, and people think of that as a bad thing. And I would really emphasize with you that everyone should aim to be a control. You have got your slice of 80 or 100 years or whatever it might be on the planet. Hey, it might be a lot less, who knows? But you want to control that time that you have. You want to get in and influence the years that you have ahead as much as you can. And that, whether that's financially, spiritually, relationship-wise, health-wise, you are the one who has the opportunity to control that for you. I'm not talking about going running around and controlling other people unnecessarily.
Mm.
I'm talking about controlling your life.
Yeah.
And that is a great way to filter out negativity. If you're controlling who you spend your time with, where your eyeballs are going, where your ears, what they're listening to, all of that stuff, you want to control.
And let's just tap quite quickly into this take control piece. Controlling is not you doing everything. Building the business so you can bring in people to support you, so you can delegate it. That's control.
Yeah.
Because you're managing the tasks that need to be done. So don't feel that this is Nick and Joanne saying, do it on your own, take control and do all these things yourself. Take control in the growth of your business, and that's team and people and products and income.
Bring as many people in as possible to inspire people and give them opportunity. Give them the opportunity to be around yourself who is demonstrating that control, is demonstrating growth, is demonstrating a better way, and then inspire them to maybe want to do the same.
Indeed. So you might be thinking, man, this sounds like a great idea, but how do I do that? Well, the Navigate Biz community is always here.
That's right.
And we've got Biz Boot Camp. It's coming up in July, and that's going to come so fast it's not funny. But there are other programs sitting in there. Like if you feel, I don't have a plan. Well, Business Planning Basics is right there on the shop, and you can go and grab that self-paced, and you can create the great foundations of a plan in readiness for Biz Boot Camp.
Yeah.
So lots of options.
All of the programs there, but the easiest and lowest cost way to actually just make a start is to jump into one of these. I can't reach. one of those day planners. Jump on navigatebiz.com, get yourself a pack of day planners, and just start writing out your goals each day, and start writing out some of the things that are going to start to create that energy, that excitement, so that you can go and create some momentum. Yeah. Now, also, I think it's really relevant. I'm going to add on to this is go and check out a book by an author named Hans Rosling, which is a book called Factfulness. And if you are not convinced that life is as good as it used to be, go read that book, Factfulness by Hans Rosling. It's available on audio as well, on audible.com. So, hey, there's something there I really recommended reading for anyone watching this. If you have not gone read that, just talking about how lucky we are to be living in this current generation that we are now versus previous, and even just back a decade or two ago, like we are so much better off now.
Yeah, so it's a brilliant book.
There's some things there. Please, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Tell all friends and family, anyone that you know that's in business or thinking about starting a business, please jump into the YouTube and subscribe. If you're watching this on another platform, please jump over to YouTube and help us get 1,000 subscribers.
Indeed. Have an awesome day, and we will see you again on
Thursday.
Awesome. See you then.
Catch you later.
Where'd my mouse go?